Okay. So the recording has started. So I want to thank everyone that is on here today. The IDRA group, the Fantic group, the Tema group. I want to thank you all. I know that we before we have been talking about this computers, the functions of the computer for some time, but we realized that a couple of months ago that one of the things is that you guys don't have the actual PC. When I say the actual computer to open it and see the part, the part for yourself. So it was very difficult for you, for the student to actually study it. So one of the things that we did was we send the computers and the towers and everything to the team so that we can actually open it. We can open it for people to see what the part are. One of the things about knowing things is actually doing it and actually physically doing it. Here we call it the hands-on. Like you put your hands in it, you go in, you take part, you do stuff, which is very important. So I believe that many of you have the tower app and have, when I say the tower, the computer, the PC app, you guys have it. If you haven't had the opportunity to open it, today we will take that opportunity to go through it, to at least open it for you to see some things inside. This time around, because of what we want to achieve, we might be doing like maybe 2 or 3 parts for you guys to understand what it means. Right? You guys actually understand what it is. What I will do, I am going to go through. I am going to go
If you can mute yourself, okay? If you are not talking.
Yeah. So I've muted everybody. So this is what we are going through. So one of the things that we said that we are going to do is actually do the hands-on, right? So initially, a couple of months ago, we started talking about computers, right? We started talking about what computer is, the use of computers. We went through it, we understood certain things. So today we are going to go through at least 2 or 3 parts. Then if you have any questions, you can ask the question. Then we'll end for the day, give you homework. There's an homework already on the screen, already there. We'll go through that homework. Then we give you guys the chance to go and finish the homework and bring it back. This year around, we are not going to wait. We are not going to, we know that you guys know our agenda, that you are going to do the homework and do it well and present it, okay? So give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Then I'll go through with you. Let me go to screen 1, okay. Can you all see my screen? Okay, so we started about talking about the computer, part of the computer and their functions, right? So we started talking about that. First of all, we have to define what a computer is, right? And understanding that computer. Okay. Okay. So we are going to go through this, and I want us to go through well. Then after, I will show you guys only 2 or 3 parts. Then we'll go through the homework because of time. So the reason that we are going through this, the reason why we are going through this teaching or this classes about part of the computer and their function, or for you to be able to know the part and their function so that you'll be able to troubleshoot. When I say troubleshoot, you are able to fix problems. You are able to fix the problem of the computer or the problem that you see happening on the computer, right? But if you know the part and what the part does, you will know how to fix it based on the understanding of what you know it should do. So if a part, let's say some part in a computer is not functioning as the way it has to function, you are able to see it and also say that, okay, this computer behaving this way is because of this or it's because of that. So going over the part of a computer and their functions will help you or will help us understand the vital component that make up a computer. It's a great place to start if you want to begin learning about computers. Not only is it a good entry point, but also something good to know, right, for curious sake. When I say that, is some people want to know, right? Some people want to know, they want to know the part of the computer so that they can build their own computer, right? Some people want to know the functions of the computer. They just want to be curiosity for them to be able to do it, right? Some people, when you go to their houses, they have actually gone to build computers themselves, right? They have built computers themselves. And also knowing what the part is good, but we'll explain each part function, which will give you a firmer understanding of them. Like I said before, that we are not going to go through all the parts now, but we'll go through 2 or 3. Then after, we'll give you guys a homework to go through. So number 1, if you have the case, right? If you have the computer case, you can put it on the table, put the computer case on the table, the whole computer. Here's the list of the common hardware components that we use, right? Number 1, the case. Do we all see this case, right? This case, let me share my screen on the other one for us to see what the case does. Self-sharing. So do you see my screen, right? So this is the case. This is the computer case. This is the case. This is the case, right? If you can see my video, these are all the cases. These are all computer case, right? The computer case comes in so many sizes, depending on what you want your computer to do. So I believe that the other day when I was teaching, I thought about different types of computers and different types of cases, right? I want to bring one case. So one of the cases that I can show you, right, is this guy right here. This guy is a computer case. It is not the iPhone holder, right? It is a computer case. After I will show you and I'll put it together for you. This is a computer case. And this is inside the computer case. This is what is inside the computer case. You see? So I will go to this, the computer case. This is what is inside. So I want you guys to open your computer, open it, open the tower. If you are close to it, open it, open the tower right now. Then you will see what the case is. So this is the case, the hard part, right? This is the hard part. This is the case, right? So what the case does is that the function of this case, right? The function of this case is to be able to hold and protect whatever is inside here. Able to protect the case. This computer case is its main job, right? Is to be able to hold and protect whatever devices component is in here, right? Whatever that is, whatever component is in here. So this case main job is to protect and cover whatever component is inside it. So have you been able to open your computer, the case? You can show me the case and I can, if the instructor is there, they can also show you how to open it. So can we see some of the ones that they have? Tema group, can we see yours? Fanti people, can we also see yours? And Idra. You can share your screen. Yeah, can we see your computer, the teachers? Can we see the tower that you have? I believe that every site should have at least one computer. So can we see it? Tema group. Can we see it, or can you all hear me? Okay. So the teachers, just make sure that you have been able to open it, or you are able to show them as we are going through with what I'm doing. So I don't know if there's a video that you have put on top of on yours for you to display it so that others can see it. But as I said, as I showed you the tower itself, as I show you what the tower is, that part of that tower, the main function of the tower, which is this guy right here. This is this guy right here. That is the main function of the tower, is to hold all the internal components that make up the computer itself. So it is when you see the case, when you see the case, the size of the case depend on how big your motherboard is, right? The size of the case depend on how big your motherboard is. How big your motherboard is determine the size of case that you should get. So when I say a motherboard, we'll get there. The thing is that you see this device that I have, this motherboard that I have, right? There's no way that for this motherboard, you are going to get a case like this, right? it is too big. So the size of the case that you buy, it depends on the size of the motherboard and the internal component that you have. So some of the cases are shown differently. Like I said, some of the cases are big, others are small, depending. The main factor is dependent on the motherboard and the other component devices. So you see, if it's a smaller computer, there is no way that you can get you should buy if a small case, there's no way that you should go and buy a bigger, how do you call it, a power system. Or if the board is small, if the motherboard is small, there's no need for you to go buy a huge case, right? A huge case. So these are what we are talking about. The case is very important. The case is very important. You understanding which case, what does it depend on when you are trying to get a case, okay? When you are trying to get a case. So is the Fanti people ready to show their computer? Is any of the locations ready to show their computer? The teachers, are they ready to show their computer? Okay. So I'm going to talk about the motherboard, and I wish that we have our computers so that we can see it. I'm going to talk about the motherboard. We talk about the case. And we said that in the computer case, I showed you, this is the case. This is the computer case. The size of the case depends on the size of your motherboard and also the component in there. An example that I gave, that this is a motherboard. This is a motherboard that you buy. This is a motherboard. There's no way that for this size of motherboard, you go and buy a big computer case to house this motherboard, right? So the size of the case that you buy, this case, the size of this case that you buy depends on depend on the size of the motherboard. Do we understand? If you understand, just type in something. Type something there for us to know that, yes, you can hear us and we understand what we are talking about. Okay, I don't see people typing. I don't see people typing. Okay. So, right, we'll go through what a motherboard is. Are we all paying attention?
Hello, team. You kind of say, Francie, we see your video. Where you went? Where is your computer? Where is a big tower? Tema, a giraffe. Where is the big tower? We have to see it. We want to make sure you guys have all these things going, because next month where we are going, if you don't get it, it will be hard. So please. Are you guys even what be so? You have to open the thing. Mm. I'm not saying bring your computers out. I'm saying the big tower. Tony, they don't know what you are teaching. Or the crow.
We showed them. I showed them.
And there was a big box of computer. And Raymond.
Hold on. I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, you guys can use one computer. It's fine. To Frante for this. Wait, na yeka. Aha, perfect. Now, mumbie so. Me taxi musa mofa screwdrivers and bra. That's what we are learning. This is for you guys to learn what makes a computer a computer. So get a screwdriver or something to open it up so you can follow Uncle Tony, okay?
Are the teachers there?
Please, teachers, we need your help. They need to understand this.
Yeah, if you are there, then but you. So, do we have a fancy teacher there? I think the cell phone is more important. Okay, so today we are all going to open the computer. We are all going to open it before we do anything. So I want everybody to open the tower. So this is what it is. Open it and let me see. I want everyone to do that. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah. So just open it and let me see. Hello. You see on the side, let me see on your computer. Before you use the screwdriver, wait. Before you use the screwdriver, wait. Right? Okay. You see on the side of the computer, there is, let me see the other side. Put it on the front people. Let me see. Don't use the screwdriver yet. Don't use the screwdriver yet. Just put it on the side. Put the computer on the side. Put the computer down on the side. Okay, and let me see that end. Yeah, let me see the other side. Okay, the other end. So, okay. Oh, okay, don't worry about that one. Okay. Okay, let me see the side. I want to look at the black side. The other side. Okay, so we have to, good. Turn it, I want to see the other side too. No, turn it the other way. Yep, okay. You see that there is there a thing that is on the side that you can hold on this side that you can hold to open the tower? Not this side. Not this side. Not that side. Turn it, okay, turn it around. Turn it around. Okay, so you see you see that on the side, right? Is there a screw that is attached to it? Look at it on the side. Okay, so you see on the side, you can put that one down. On the side, right? Try to, on the side, at this back here, there should be a screw, right? There's one side that has a screw and the other side doesn't have no screw. So on the side that you are holding, you see that side that has a picture there, right? Can you try to take it out? Yeah, on the other side, Yeah, so try to take it out. So let me turn this thing around. Hold on. Yeah, try to take that side out. Yeah, try to take it out. No, is there a screw? Is there a screw? A screw? Have they screwed it in? Because sometimes you don't need a screw. If it's not opening, yep. Did you guys see how they opened it? It is good. This is the Frontier people, right? It is good. How you open. So did we all see how they opened it? Okay, you can unmute yourself. Michael, you can unmute yourself. So we all saw how they opened it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that my group has also opened theirs.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Which group is this?
Tema.
Okay. All right, thank you. So the good thing is that we've all opened it. And like what I was saying, right? Like that. What I was saying is that what I was saying is that if you look at the tower that is there, right? When I say the tower, that is the box, the computer box, which is this. Let me share my screen. So this is it. So this is the tower. This is what we call the tower, right? You can also say that is the computer case. And what I'm saying is that this case that you are seeing, right? We have different ones. The main purpose of the case, which is the tower that you are looking at, right? The main purpose of this tower is to able to protect or hold whatever is inside it. So the only purpose of the tower is to be able to contain or hold whatever is inside the system, whatever component that makes up the computer itself, right? So part of the computer is the computer case. And I'm saying is this, that the case, right, the size of the case depends on the motherboard, right? Depend on the motherboard and the other component inside the computer. So if your motherboard is small and the other component is small, then you don't need a bigger case, correct? So I showed you an example of another case that I have. This is another case that I have. We are talking about the computer case. One of the cases that I have is this guy right here. And I told you guys that it is not a phone case. This is not a phone case, right? This is also a case just like the one that you have in front of you, right? But it is a case for this motherboard. Look at how big the motherboard is. I can put that motherboard on top of my hand. A motherboard like this, right, does not need a case like the one that you guys have, right? And a motherboard like this does not need a case, the case that you guys have. So if you see a motherboard like this, the size of the motherboard determines which case you buy. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
No.
Tema, do you have any question? Okay, so this is a case. Always keep in mind, this is the case. This is a whole computer that you have. If you have a question too, you can type it there. This is another computer, right? Another computer. I bought this case. Right? Because of the motherboard that I have, right? There's no way, again, there's no way that you can put this motherboard, right? You can put this motherboard in the tower or in the case that you guys have opened now. It is too small, right? So the case, for you to identify the case, it depends on the motherboard that you buy. So if your motherboard is big, then you have to get a bigger case. If your motherboard is big and the component is big, then you buy a bigger case. If your motherboard is small, right? If your motherboard is small and the component of the computer are small pieces, then you go and look for a bigger case. Do we understand? Do we understand? So the case that you see there now, the purpose of the case that you see, when I say case, I will come back to it for you guys to identify what the case is. When I say the case, the computer case is this man right here, right? This case, or the size of this computer component depends on what is inside. So right now, I know that you guys have been able to open the computer, have been able to open the PC, or we sometimes call it the tower, right? Or PC. You guys have been able to open it and you see there are things inside, correct? We see that there are things inside the box that you open, correct? Right? So the purpose or the function of the box, of the computer case, is to be able to hold all the components that you see that make up the computer that you see, it to be able to hold it and protect it, right? The main thing is the board is always designed to be able to fit the motherboard and the other wiring. Do you understand? So who can tell me the function of the box that you just opened? Who can tell me what is the function? Why the function of the box that you just opened? Fante people, Tema people. Okay, I'm going back again then after. So you guys just open the computer box, correct? You guys just open the computer box. And when you opened it, you saw that there are what? Component, there are things inside, right? So there are things inside. So the purpose of the box that you open, the function of the purpose of the box, the case that you open, is to hold whatever is inside and protect it. So whatever is inside that makes up the computer, the case is there to hold it and protect it. Do you understand? Do you understand? So in your own words, explain to me what a computer case is. Anyone can go whenever you are ready. What is the main purpose of the case? If can you, somebody wanted to say something, can they talk?
The function
So talk.
the function of the case is to help protect whatever is in the system unit.
That's it. Mr. Tony.
Yes, go ahead.
The function of the case is to hold whatever is inside the system unit and protect it.
It's to do what?
To hold whatever is in the system unit and to protect it.
Okay, to hold whatever is in another It's a good one. You can clap for him. Good job. Good job. Who else?
It support.
Somebody was saying a support. Go ahead, continue. Somebody says support and they drop out. Okay, yeah, you can say something.
It supports the motherboard and the things in it.
Thank you. Clap for him. Support the motherboard and the things. Another person. Another person. Somebody from Frantic, can you also say what it means? Okay, look at the Frantic people are getting ready. They are getting ready to give their meaning. So we are ready for you guys. Okay, so I'm happy that we all understand. Is Fanti people want to talk now? You have to come off mute and say something.
It supports the motherboard to function.
It support the motherboard. No, all what we hear that is support the motherboard, right? Yes. Okay, who else? Okay, so today at least we have started something. Number one, we are able to open the computer and we know what the case is, the computer case is, right? And when you open the computer, the case, when you open the case, you realize that the case wasn't empty. Was the case empty? Was the computer case empty?
No.
No. So there were things inside, right?
Yes.
There were things inside the computer. So the things that are inside the case, they are protecting the things that is inside the case. So they use the case to protect whatever is inside the case. Do we understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've learned one thing that you got for how to open the case, how to open a computer case. And when you open it, you saw that there are things inside. They are gold, they are diamonds and things inside. And for them not to be able to get it, for the diamond to get missing, they have covered it and they have sealed it, right? So we open it and we saw all the components inside the case. So today we've had understanding of what a case is, what the computer case is. Sometimes we call it the tower, right? Sometimes we call it a case. Sometimes we call it a computer PC, right? So we can put all of it together. The things that are inside, whatever is inside is for protection, right? And one thing that you now know how to open a computer. So most of you, today is your first time of opening a computer, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've actually opened a computer, you have seen that there are things inside the computer. So what we are going to do, is that next week, we are going to talk about when you open the computer, what are the things inside and what did they do to the computer, right? So right now, you've opened the computer. Right now, you have seen that there are things in the computer. Right now, we will go next week, we will find out what are the things, what are the some of the things in the computer, what are the things that is inside that makes up the whole computer. Because when you look at inside the computer, there's a whole lot of things going on. There's wires, there's boards, there's power, there's a hard drive. We'll talk about all about it next week. But before we will put some homework there, right? And in the homework, let me share the homework. I'm coming to share the homework. Oh, hold on. Oh. So do you see my screen? Right. So this is what we are doing.
Yes, please.
What it says is that what? Computer part worksheet.
Computer part works.
Yeah. So you come here and you put your name over here. Right? Kojo Kofi, what team? Then the date. Then whatever that we talked about, right? Whatever that we talked about, I want you to go in and fill it out. So today, we only talked about what? This, right? We only talk about this. And what did we say that it was? It protects, right? The main thing is in protect. So what I want you to do, right, is to go in and describe how it feels or looks in the computer. Where is it located? Is it heavy or it is not? And describe it in your own words. Describe in your own words what it means, how it looks like. Describe if that part is so heavy. When I say heavy, it's heavier than the table. It's heavier than the chair. Is it heavy? And describe, you put it over here. So you can say that it looks like a box, right?
Yes.
Is it plastic? Is it metal? So you, in your own way, you go in and describe it. It's only for the part that we are learning though. So today we talk about this tower. So you go, you name it, which part of the computer it is. Then you describe in your own words. You have to in your own words. And also, what does it look like? What does it do? Where is it located as part of the computer? Where is it located? Is it heavy? Is it light? Right? So is it wood? So you put all those information here and you submit it before next week. I will be looking at this. I'll be looking at this thing throughout the whole week, right? Before Friday, I want everyone, Fante, Ujira, Tema, I want everyone to be able to fill only this section, number 3, right? Only this section, number 3. Then
That's it. Section.
only number 3. Only number 3. Do only number 3. Right?
Okay.
Only number 3. So I don't want you guys to write only one line. I don't want to write only one line there. Oh, it looked like a box. Then that is it. You have to come in, describe it in your own. What does it do? What is the purpose of the tower? Okay. So this is the homework. We are going to put it so that you guys can go ahead and do it. Right? So do we have any questions before we close for the night?
No, sir.
No, sir. Letitia, any question?
Any question?
No, good job, guys. So don't be afraid that you are going to mess up. Don't be just secure the box for next week, okay? So that when we come next week, it won't be like I can't find my box and my box is missing and something is not in my box. Secure it until next week, okay? But awesome. I just like seeing Francie open their box. I didn't see Tema, but I hope that Tema people also open their box. And teachers, please allow the kids to have a feel of everything because their homework is asking them to explain how does a thing look like, how does it feel, and all those things. So allow them to touch them. Don't limit them. Allow them to feel it so that they can also express it and stuff. So good job. Today was great. We are not going to rush this. We want you all to understand because next month we are going to be studying coding, okay? And you need to understand what is making that coding work for you.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. So apart from that, do we have any questions? Well,
oh, one last thing. So I sent out another homework, okay? And the homework is asking you to send a thank you note to the people that donated the items to you guys, okay? So again, like Uncle Tony said, don't do any lazy work. Let them know when you got the gift, how did it make you feel, okay? So that next year, by God's grace, we can go back and ask them to donate more. So a simple thank you note, you can type them, you can write them, whatever you choose to do, and then you can post it on the Google Classroom stuff. So we want people to we are sharing the pictures and stuff, but just from your own words. What the deodorant, the menstrual pads, all those things, the clothes, the shoes, the backpack, all those things. Somebody gave money for that. So send them a thank you note and medase for what you have done. Because when they feel appreciated, they will want to do more again for you and much better. Does it make sense? And you know that's the other announcement. So that one is due next week Friday, this Friday. So please, teachers, by next week Saturday, we want to have it so we can distribute to the people that gave money. Some of them, they have their own children, their own problem, but they care, you know, and they gave. So we want to show them that whatever that they did for you guys was not in vain. Does it make sense? So that's that. Thank you, guys.
You don't want to go ahead.
yeah. So guys, I want to leave you guys so that you can go, the teachers, if they can stay with you for a little time so that you can help them with their homeworks and stuff, and also take them through and talk to them, okay? Okay, so on that note, we'll say good night to everyone. We'll meet same time. Let us come a little bit early next week, okay? Let us come a little bit early. We start at, I don't know Ghana time, maybe 4. Let us come a little bit early so that we can do more, okay? We can even do a little of classwork and stuff. So good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.